Hello, guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going to be looking at an armor, which is disappointing because when you find it, it means you didn't find the other one, which is known as Templar's Might. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is due to the fact that Templar's Might is a sacred armor. Templar's Might shares a drop table with Tyrael's Might, and this means that oftentimes when you find a unique sacred armor, there's a very good chance that it's not Tyrael's Might, and it is instead Templar's Might. Now, Templar's Might is the lesser of the two, for sure, and quite honestly, not even really that great. One of the big downsides of this armor is the high strength requirement, and as we go over it together, we're going to take a look at it. But before we do any of that, I want to go and take a look at this character on the character screen. I really want to see the green armor. Ah, yes. It actually doesn't look halfway bad on the character screen, does it? Kind of sexy, not gonna lie. Like some sort of medieval Hulk. Not bad. Now, why is this armor so bad? Why is it not so great? Oh, we're going to have to figure that out as we go along, shall we? Because, honestly, I've never really taken a deep look at this armor. And for those of you who may have found it and you're super excited, let's take a deep look at it together. Let's see what it could be useful for. Let's see what it's not useful for. And let's see whether or not we throw it on the ground and move on with our day. It is a defense of 1,923. Pretty massive defense, in my opinion. Just really, really high. The problem is that it also has a strength requirement of 232, which is just freaking nuts. Most characters will never bring their strength up to 232, and if they do, they're probably a barbarian. We also have a required level of 74, which puts us in the endgame level category, which means that it has to be judged on the qualifications of an endgame piece of equipment. It has +2 offensive auras, Paladin only, which I feel like was a very big mistake in their part because offensive auras is not really what a lot of people look for with Paladins. Combat skills would have been a far better choice here than offensive auras. In fact, just +1 to all skills would have been a better choice, or +2. But instead, they went with +2 offensive, which is not really the greatest. Now, they could have gone worse. Don't get me wrong. They could have done +2 defensive auras, and that would have really clinched it as completely and utterly useless. They have 20% faster hit recovery, which I feel is just like really low for an endgame level armor. I mean, I've seen pieces of armor that have 30%, 40%, even 50% faster recovery, and this is supposed to be like an endgame level piece of equipment. You would think that they would be a little bit more generous with faster hit recovery than just 20%. We also have a 220% enhanced defense bonus on this, which again varies between 170% to 220%. So it not only can you find this in and be kind of sad about it, but it also can be a really poor Templar's Might at that, with relatively low defense. It also has a very nice 300 defense versus missile, which is always nice to have on equipment to help protect you from those fire archers and spear cats that are just the plague of the universe. And it does vary between 250 to 300 defense versus missile. So not only do you have a massive defense on this armor, it also gives you a little bit extra against those ranged attacks. And then they throw in strength and vitality, and the strength and vitality roll between 10 to 15. I don't even understand why. 10 to 15 dex, 10 to 15 strength and 10 to 15 vitality. And then they throw in +50 max stamina, and not only does it have the max stamina on it, which I feel like is just another slap in the face for a high level piece of equipment, but they literally have the max stamina vary from 40 to 50, as if 50 max stamina was just too much, and we had to make sure that it rolled between, okay? And then on top of that, the +2 offensive auras also rolls +1 to +2. So even if you do happen to find this armor, there's a very good chance that you're going to find a very poor version. You're going to find a +1 offensive auras with bad defense, low defense versus missile, low strength, low vite, and, oh God forbid, low max stamina with only +1 offensive auras. And it just I don't understand this whole thing that they did in Diablo 2. This is one of the things that has always boggled my mind as long as I've existed, is that they literally have made it so that these items are so ridiculously rare to find, and that even in their most optimal condition, they're still garbage. But then they're like, you know what? We're going to make it hot garbage, and we're going to make it roll so that even the stats that would be kind of okay-ish good, we're going to make it roll even lower, so that literally you're going to find this armor and you're just going to like weep because it's so bad. The ethereal version is a little bit better on the strength requirement with only 222, so a little bit 10 less there. And we also have a massive defense of 2,883. The downside, of course, is that if you actually wanted to utilize this on any character, you would have to still build 222 strength, and you would also have to Zod it to make it indestructible. Otherwise, it would eventually break. Now, if you did happen to find an ethereal Templars Might, you could, of course, put it on a mercenary, but there are very few mercenaries that actually have 232 strength to wield a sacred armor. Maybe with the help of some equipments, you know, like maybe an Andy's Visage or something like that with plus strength. But why would you put this on a merc, though? Aside from an increased defense and the faster hit recovery, there's like no reason to put this on a mercenary. They don't even get the vitality bonus because mercs don't have vitality. So they would get the strength, which is kind of like a slap in the face in my opinion as well, because you know you've already built 232 strength to get to this piece of armor. Why are they giving me more strength on top of it? I mean, wouldn't it have been a better to like plus life, plus mana, you know, like there's like so many other things they could have done to make this armor better, and instead they were just like, you know what, let's just put garbage tier stats like max stamina on it. Oh, dear Lord. So let's see how ridiculously hard it is to find this armor that you're probably not going to use once it drops. We're going to go over to Silo's pen and we're going to have a look, shall we? Shall we? Templars might, the might of the Templars. So as you can see, absolutely garbage drop chances. 1 in 20,000 from Bale. 1 in 156,000 from Neelathak. And frickin' Mephisto and Diablo and Ariel are not even on the list. Super uniques, we've got some pretty garbage tier probabilities too. Frozenstein 1 in 23,000. Pindleskin 1 in 23,000. Snap Chip Chatter 1 in 23,000. Thresh Socket 1 in 23,000. And then we've got some really garbage tier drop chances here. As you can see, really bad drop chances on this armor. Finding it is like winning the lottery in and of itself. And then here's the other issue. Templar's Might shares a spawn with Tyraels. So if you're looking for this particular armor, which most people aren't, they're usually looking for Tyraels, there's a very good chance that when you find a unique sacred armor, it can be either one of the items. It can be Templar's Might or Tyrael's Might. And honestly, I'd rather get the Tyrael's Might. It's much sexier. It's blue, and you look a lot cooler. You don't really look like the Green Hulk. It really does kind of look like the Green Hulk. I'm not even gonna lie. Like it's just kind of doesn't it though? Like tell me what you guys think of this armor down in the comments. I want to hear what you guys got to say. But what do you think of that? How does that look to you? Does that look good? Does that look bad? I mean, I'm not gonna say that it looks bad. It does look sexy, but it still kind of just reminds me of like it's just so green. It's like the Hulk or like Kermit the Frog. It's Anyway, as always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos. I hope that I gave you a little bit of insight on Templar's Might, and keep watching.